Hey YouTubers, Team Waters United here doing a deck profile for first place, Sioux City Locals with Domain Monarchs. We have here Michael, who is kind enough to give us his deck profile. So please, Michael, go ahead and show us your deck profile.
Alright guys, to start off, you run triple, Rebus, Heart and Soul now because you don't have 3 ethers. The reason why you play this mainly is because when you tribute summon, you want to use his effect to pitch 2, then to either if it's first turn, then you want to pop from their hand so they get like a normal 5 draw.
Send back.
Yeah, pretty much. That's his main effect. And then when he's in the grave, you can, if you have like no hand, you just have a bunch of spells, you can actually pitch one of your spells and add one of your monarchs from your grave, and then get another effect to keep going on with your stuff. Most people, when they see me play doubles, they don't know why I play doubles. Most people play triple Karaz. I think 2 is fine because when I get triples, I don't really see the point of it because I never use it enough to need triple. I think doubles smooth enough for me to keep going. All right, Double Majesties. This card, true MVPs here. This is some true MVP right here. Stopping just stop their fields is all it does. It keeps her from a monster effects going to specialing and all that stuff because they're their effects, or like if their effect is to negate stuff after, kind of helps me stop everything. Double Vanities. Vanities just is so good. Like, it's just so good because in this deck you never really special summon too much. You always tribute summon. So Vanities is super great in this deck, and it prevents your like opponent to stop special summoning, especially against pendulums. This really stops them fast. So yeah, Vanities is a good card. Also, you can just sit upon, and they can't do really much about it. Thanks for this ultis for someone at the locals for trading. Then there's Ether. Ether's at 1 of, which is sad, but she is good. All you do is pitch 2 special 24 or 28 Monarch card pretty much, and then like a lot of times if you have extra cards you can set them, get a cross, pop 2, draw, so you can start to unbrick a hand. I play the one Caius. Caius is really good because literally when you tribute summon him, you can target one of your opponent's cards, banish it, and if it's a Dark Monster too, then you banish all of them. So I mean, it's super great, especially when you're playing Dark Monster decks. So that's all it is for the mega ones or the bigger ones. Let's go over to the little squires. You have to. I run triple. Some people run doubles, but I really prefer the triples because I want to get this card as much as possible, especially this one. It's just super great to get. It allows you to get to your next one, which is Yugioh. I run the triple of Yugioh also. Yugioh, you want to have triples. I mean, that's just me, but it gives you the extra tribute summon, so it's nice to have. Moving on, let's go to our spells. Obviously, the staples, triple or domain. If you're gonna play this deck, you gotta play triple domain. Then let's move over to the next triple tenacity. You gotta reveal, to keep your. If you break a hand, like, and they have cards on the field, you can tenacity, maybe get Stormforth, or maybe if you have extras, you can go to. If you don't have Pantheism in hand, you can have Pantheism, get another draw 2 effect off. You just want to keep recycling your cards. The 1-ofs is the Pantheism and Stormforth. Stormforth's at 1, Pantheism's at 1. Everybody knows Pantheism, send 1, draw 2, banish, reveal 3. They choose 1. It's your choice. Stormforth, target, and then just tribute as if it was yours. Alright, next is I play 1 return, 1 march. I just play these 2 as at 1s because march is really recyclable through prime, which you'll see later, and then return's really good because if you have a lot, you can tribute someone on that turn, you can just use return and just keep getting cards like constantly and adding to your hand. So you can always get Majesty's Fiend easily through this, or like if you need a Rebus or Ether, whatever you need, you can always add it through this most of the time. Now here's the cards that aren't even Monarchs card, honestly. This just Reinforcement of the Army. And then I play double lures because there's a lot of darks in this deck, so I think it's nice to have. It's a good like cyclable card, like to give you more draw power. And then Reinforcement of the Army, in case you brick a hand and like that you might not get it for a while. If you get Reinforcement Army, you can just add it and then get your Yugioh out and then just go on from there for tributing. 1 twin and 1 Regeki. These are more of a tech card I decided to put in. I just think a twin is so important in this deck because if you pitch a Rebus, you can get his graveyard's effects off, which is nice, especially if you have multiple big ones in your hand. And then you get a pop 2 of their side, so obviously that's a great side to them. Regeki, destroy your opponent's cards. I mean, that's just, these 2 are pretty much common staples. Alright, now to the traps. I play triple prime. Some people play doubles. I think triple is perfect where it sits because I played this with 2 and I was testing it out. I needed prime more than I thought I would need it, but it's really good to have when you have multiples, because if you send 2 through a rebus, it's nice to be able to get as much as possible. So yeah, and then this is true MVP if you play it and like nobody pops it, like you can literally just keep your cycles going so fast through your spells. And then this is different. Double escalation of the Monarchs. I like to play this because I contribute during their turn. So like if they're about to go off and I know they're gonna go off soon because the way they got their field set, I can, if I have like say an Yugioh on, I just play escalation, then tribute if I have vanities or majesties, whatever I have, and then it just stops their plays usually sometimes right in the middle of their field, so it's nice to have. Now here is kind of like all my last 3 techs: Solemn Warning, Solemn Strike, and Dimensional Barrier. Yeah, these 2 are kind of self-explanatory. This I decided to add in as a trial, and it's really, really good. I think this card is honestly pretty broken, but it's a good saver at the same time.
Right.
Solemn Warning, you know, just negating, just stopping cards. Solemn Strike, monster effects, you know, you gotta stop them when they're summoned or like if you're just gonna go in. Dimensional Barrier saved me about 2 times today. If I brick a hand and say this is my hand, I'll just set this, and I know if they're gonna go into an Exceed Fusion or whatever their deck is type, like whatever the type of deck there is, I'll just stop it before it gets too far, and it just helps me. Now off to the side, I play 1 Flying Sea just in case if I know that they're playing only like a big Exceed deck. It's nice to have. 1 Gamma Seal. I only play 1 Gamma Seal. I don't really use him very often, but it's nice to have because this deck honestly is, if you get vanities out, it's really good because they can't do much about it. It's just, if you can get vanities out, it's really set in stone. 1 Mobius. This is different than everybody I've ever seen, but Mobius, I use him for pretty much the MST effects. If you tribute summon him, you get a pop 3 there, back row, so it's really, really nice when you don't play a lot of back row support. So I can just stop their back rows that way. I play an extra Caius just in case if they're playing a only dark pretty much deck, then I can just side in Caius and stop him. I side in 1 Exhalation in case I see that I need to tribute a lot more often. I don't know, this is kind of like an optional card, but yeah. 1 extra Vanities just in case I want to play a triple to stop them sometimes, and then also 1 Majesties. It's just, these are just like what technical cards I use. BLS. This is different. BLS is just completely different. Nobody ever expects BLS coming out. And then these 2 cards I'm just testing right now, but it's the pots, the new ones that just came out. What this card does is target 3 of your banished monsters, and then send them back to your deck, and then draw 1. So it's a pretty good card. March, I already play 1, but sometimes I might need it 2. Just there. Returns also just in case I want to play a second. And this card I usually would play, but for some reason I'm not. Thessalos is good, but like I don't really need to see their hand if I can set a field at the moment, because their hand is really not, it's important, but it's not as important if I can set a field. So that's how my side is for my Monarchs. And yeah.
Hey, thanks Michael for showing us the deck profile. Team Border signing out.